welcome to day one of our 12 Days of Christmas YouTube hop by our hostess with the mostest, Rosa Kelly Scrapbooking. So if you haven't checked out her channel, definitely check them out below. And I will have all the other channel links of everyone who is involved in this down below in the comments as well. So I am so excited because this year I want to do my Christmas tree in a coastal theme because I live in Vero Beach, Florida, so I may as well join in with the crowd. So for my birthday this year, Debbie Adams sent me this really adorable flamingo die cut by Spellbinders. And if you're interested in purchasing one of these, the item number is S as in Sam 3-248. So I'm going to be using that. And to ink my die, I'm going to be using a Simon Says stamp, Rosy Cheeks. I am also going to be using Artesia watercolor to cut out my little die cuts on. And of course, a little scallop here for the back of my rosette. And let's see what else. I'm also going to be using, Renee Bouquet's. I don't know why I don't have it over here. That's crazy. Her Shard Glitter Glass. This one is like a rose gold color. I can't remember the name, but I'll put that down below as well if you are interested in using that. And also just some basic glitter that I got from Hobby Lobby many years ago. See how it's $1.47? You know it's not $1.47 anymore. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. First things first, I'm going to use this collection, 12 by 12 collection kit, French Riviera by Prima. And I really love this anchor and ship's wheel look here. So I'm going to make my rosettes 2 inches, or actually it'll be 4 inches altogether. I did a smaller one and I wasn't exactly happy with that. So I'm going to cut at 4 inches. And then of course this is 12 inches. And then I'm going to go ahead and score this because it's easier to score it right away than to do each piece separately, okay? Because I am going to cut this one more time. So I'm just going to do every 1/2 inch all the way across the board. 4.5, 5. And 11.5. Okay, and then I'm going to take it back to the 4 inch side and I'm going to trim it on the back side at 2 inches. It's just easier to lay it flat on the opposite side. I don't know why that is, but it is. And I'm going to trim it right down the middle, so 2 inches. So now I have 2 of these little strips, okay? I've got my little mat here. And now I'm just going to do an accordion fold. I always start up on my mountain high side. So that's opposite of the divot side, okay? So you want to fold on the bumpy side, if that makes any sense. Okay, then I'm going to press it down. I'm going to do the other one just the same. And again. Now I'm going to get out some of my little glue gun tools here. Where's my little mat? Here we go. Here's my little gluing mat that I also use as my painting mat. And I'm just going to grab my art glitter glue and I'm going to attach these together. Okay, I'm just going to press that in, and I'm going to continue on this end as well. And again, I'm going to burnish that in. Okay, so now I will just push it inwards like this, okay? And then I'm taking both hands and I just squish it together. So the best thing to do, I'm going to let it go for just a moment because I do need one of my scallop punches, and I just did it on a basic piece of white paper. So this is going to be my bottom, and I'm just going to glue that pretty well. Okay, push this together. And I'm going to try to get it right in the center there, but this is the back side of my ornament, so I'm not as concerned. I just need to get it on there, okay? And I'm going to push it together. I'm going to hold it down for a minute just to get it going. And then I'm going to come here and fill this little hole in with a little bit of glue. And I'm just going to push it in and hold it until it dries. And then once this is dry, I'll be back in just a second. So while my rosette is drying, I'm going to go ahead and start inking in my flamingo. Again, I'm using Stampin' Up's Rosy Cheeks, which is a pinky coral color to me. Looks more like a blush. I'm just gonna, I don't need to go too crazy on this because I'm just going to be covering it up with one of the wings, okay? And I'm just going to get the head. I'm not actually going to ink in the beak, okay? So then I'm going to grab the wing. And again, I'm going to focus my attention on the outside of the wing because the inside of the wing is going to be covered with the shards. So I'm just going to lightly ink that in. And then I'm going to concentrate on these legs here. Now I can start assembling this together. But before that, I'm going to grab my markers. I'm going to grab a yellow and a black for the beak. I'm going to do the yellow first because it's easier to cover up over the yellow than it is the black. So I'm just going to fill that in. And then I'm going to do the tip here. So cute. Okay. And then I'm going to get my art glitter glue here. I'm going to start gluing this together. And to me, I kind of like it in the center the best. And just wipe off any excess glue. And then for the shards, that one, hold on. For the shards, I'm going to use this Renee Shard Glitter Glass, Silver Pink. And let me get out a little piece of paper so that it's easy for me to just scoop these back in here without any issue. Okay. And I'm just going to get my art glitter glue and I'm going to put it on pretty good. because I want it to stick. So as you can see, I'm pretty much covering up the whole thing with glue. Just going to sprinkle this right on top. I'm going to pat it just one time, gently. Well, maybe a couple times. There we go. And then I'm going to try to shake this as much as possible because I don't want to lose the shards. Because as it dries, they'll still continue to fall off a little bit. So, and then I'm just going to glue it right on here. It already has that 3D effect already now that I put the shards on there. And I'm going to press it down. Just be really careful because this is glass. I'm just going to, and I'm going to move this back over here momentarily. And then this makes it easy just to dump it back in there. Whoops, some of these are not wanting to cooperate, huh? Just be very careful using these so they don't like flick in your eye or something. Okay, and one last thing, we got to put on his little eyeball. And what I'm using here is the unicorn candy by Renee, and there's different sizes in here, and I just grabbed one of the tiniest ones out of here. And they kind of have a shimmery effect, so they kind of look like they change colors. I love that. I'm just going to put it right where the eye should be because there's a little indentation. Now these are my favorite because they don't have holes in them. That's what I like about these little candies here. These little pearls. Okay, so now I'm just going to set that aside to dry. And in the meantime, I'm going to grab a paintbrush. And I'm going to get out my Mod Podge and my piece of paper again here. And I'm going to get all my glitter crumbs back. And, you know, I'm not going to be too shy. I'm going to pretty much go kind of thick on the Mod Podge. This is matte. I got this at the Dollar Tree. So I love buying anything from the Dollar Tree. Saves me money, and there's one just right down the street from me, literally walking distance. So I'm just going to add this on here, all on the edges. You could do it on the entire thing. I'm just not. If I was going to do the entire thing, then I'd probably use a spray adhesive that I found out that the Dollar Tree also sells. Okay, so now I can go ahead and start sprinkling my glitter. And if you don't have any of this glitter, I know that there is also Renee Bouquet's chunky glitter glass that would be beautiful on this as well. And I'm just going to tap this out so that I don't lose any of my glitter again. I'm going to set that aside to dry. And it looks like I got a couple shards in here that I need to move out of the way that don't belong on here. I don't know how those crazy critters got loose. Looks like I got another piece of paper that shouldn't be there. Okay. And then I can just go ahead and pour this back in. Awesome. So, in the meantime, while that edge is drying, I can go ahead and create my little loop to hang it on. And this is probably about 6 inches. Maybe a little more. Let me see. Probably about 8. Oh, well, make it 11. I'm just going to tie a little loop knot. Oops. I messed that up. Let's try that again. Okay, I'm going to flip this over. Let me see where I want it to start. I guess I'm right about there. I'm going to grab my glue gun. And I'm going to put the knot side down because I don't want that side to show. And I'm going to push it in there. I'm going to let it dry for a minute because sometimes this glue gun gets so hot that it'll just fall right out after I put it in there. So, and then we'll be back in just a moment. I'm going to let this dry. So now all I have to do is attach my little flamingo, and that's pretty much it for the tutorial. I'm just going to do a little glue blob here in the center. And just kind of position it where I want it. And that is it. I hope you all enjoyed the tutorial, and I will see you on the second day of Christmas. Bye, y'all. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment and subscribe.